3.3 deals with slopes of lines in a coordinate plane. Take out your notes and set this into your index. 3.3 is all about slopes and graphing. So for your notes, you might want a piece of graph paper out. First off, the slope of a line. What is it? So the slope of a line essentially measures the line's steepness. And in order to do that, it measures the vertical rise divided by the horizontal run. In other words, the slope, which we usually call m, lowercase m, of the line containing 2 points with the coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2, is this function y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Common mistake is to put the x's on the top. You don't want to do that. Y is on the top, x is on the bottom. So we have 4 basic types of slopes. There's a positive slope, which means as you move from the left to the right on the x-axis, the line rises. So the example here, we've got the point -1, 2 and -3, -2, which gives us a slope of positive 2. Next, we have a negative slope. Negative slopes move, as you move from left to right, we see that the line drops. So here in this case, we'd have a slope of -1/4. It's possible to have a zero slope, and a zero slope exists when we have a horizontal line, strictly horizontal. The reason it's horizontal, if you take a look at those 2 points, -3, 5 and 1, 5, both have 5 as their y-coordinate. And so when we calculate the slope, we get something 0 over 4, which of course is just 0. So anytime you have zero slope, that's a horizontal line. And then finally we have the undefined slope, which gives us a vertical line. Now the reason it's undefined is the x coordinates of both points are the same, 6 and 6 in this example. And as a result, we get -4 divided by 0. And of course, you can't divide by 0. And so instead, we call that an undefined slope. Let's talk now some slope relationships between 2 or more lines. 2 or more non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. So in other words, we'd have the slope of line 1 must equal the slope of line 2. That indicates that we'd have parallel lines. 2 lines are perpendicular if and only if their slopes are opposite reciprocals. A way to check is to multiply the 2 slopes, and if the product of the 2 slopes equals -1, that indicates they are indeed opposite reciprocals. An example, if we had 2 lines, let's call them line J and line K, and the slope of line J was 2/3, the slope of line K was -3 over 2, those are indeed opposite reciprocals, which implies that lines J and K are perpendicular. After you read these examples, pause the video and try calculating on your own. Here we have the slope of line KM and the slope of line ST. Press pause right now and find the slope individually of these 2 lines, KM and ST. Did you press pause? Good. The slope of line KM was 3/5. The slope of line ST was -5/3, which implies, therefore, line KM is perpendicular to line ST.